Welcome back to the channel, YouTube family. We are here with another live trading video. We're going to go over some trades that I took live this morning and also go through the setups, and you're going to actually see some of the mistakes that I made while I was actively trading this morning. Thankfully, it did turn out to be a green morning, so you'll get to see some good trades, but I'll also show you some stop outs as well. If you do enjoy the content, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe and like the video before we get started. All right, now let's get going on those trades. Hey, happy Wednesday morning, everybody. We are going live once again. Well, live for me, it will be recorded for you guys. This morning hasn't really had a lot of action for me to trade. I'm looking at Tesla now. Unfortunately, they're on short sell restriction, so I can't go short. If it does dump 1,000, I can only look for a pop. But volume wise, right now, I did look at RNXT. It was popping up. I made a few trades pre-market, but that was in the simulator because I was basically trying out my pre-market strategy with the 20 MA. I'm still working out the fine details for that. Some of the data I did get off of that did correlate with what I want to see from a trade, so that was a good thing. So right now on my watch list, I have Lucid, which is still making a little bit of momentum. Mara is actually pushing back up. We just broke $80, so that's good. I may look for some fluctuation in Mara. It's getting a lot of volume now. And right now, honestly, I have RNXT on my watch list. I have Laser, again, for some continuation from tomorrow. NIO had earnings, so they've gapped down a little bit from yesterday, so we're going to keep them on there. And really, it's all EV for me. So if anything does come up that isn't EV related, I'll let you guys know, and I'll try to flip it back over to the chart. But honestly, that's what it's looking like so far this morning. Let me know if you do like this content, or if there's anything that I can change on the recording screen that'll make it better for you guys or more entertaining to watch. I did add a clock based off of some feedback. That way you guys can see when I'm actually taking my entries and stuff like that. So maybe it'll be a little bit more clear. I will jump back on. Obviously, we're at 9:16, so we're still 15 minutes away from the bell. I don't plan on taking any more trades until the bell. So right now, I'm just sitting here watching in case something runs up and forms a level. And we'll go from there. I'll jump back in and add a little bit more footage if, if something pops up, and let you know what I'm looking for. But other than that, that's where we are. We will see you closer to the bell. Hey guys, I wanted to throw something really quick out there. Rivian is IPOing today. That's going to be one of the new EV manufacturers and obviously a big player in the market. I don't know if you've seen pictures of their trucks. I'll try to throw something up on the screen once we edit this. But yeah, the trucks look really sweet, and they are expected to launch with a really big number. I think it was something like 70 something as of right now. No telling when they're going to drop. I expect the IPO to rip through the roof. Now, EVs have sold off for the past few days, so there's no telling if that's going to affect it or not. But it is going to launch at a really expensive price, and this is a competitor in the EV sector. So we may see over $100 when everybody jumps in with FOMO. I'm going to keep it on my watch list. Obviously, I'm just having it on the ticker. I can't see anything, and I have it on one of my market watch bars on the side. That way it'll pop up and show me once it does launch. I don't even know if I'll be trading when it does, but if I am, I'm going to be looking into that for sure to see if I can't catch a pop. Alright, we're about 1 minute away from the bell. Right now I have Mara up because it is close to the $80 level. I am looking for maybe an open and range breakout from the 1 minute candle, but I'll be honest with you guys, this morning sucks. Yesterday would have been a beautiful morning to have off of work, where I could have got in here and just went short all over the place. Didn't happen. Today I was able to wake up early, go through my routine. I only got about 4 hours of sleep at most, so my sleep really sucked. That's why I wasn't really able to get into the pre-market action, but I've had time to clear my head, go for a walk, get my Panera, so I'm focused this morning, which is really good. I don't have 9 to 5 in the back and having to worry about emails right now. So routine is good. Here we are 15 minutes from the bell. Let's keep an eye open. I will try to flip back and forth between what I'm watching, but honestly, I don't really see anything, man. NIO is moving away from the VWAP, which may be interesting. It looks like it's moving above the high. Here we go. And we got the bell open. I may just wait and see if NIO dumps. I don't really know. Tesla's ripping up. Mara is kind of sticking to where it should stay. Nvidia, my God, what the hell happened to Nvidia? Yo, they just, oh my goodness. I did have Nvidia on one of my secondary lists. My God. Yeah, look at Nvidia, guys. That just dumped off from 293 at the bell to 289. I definitely didn't jump in that. That's not really in my wheelhouse, so I wasn't really going to mess with that. That would have been a chase. I'm not interested in that. Lucid is setting up close to the VWAP, so I'm going to keep my eye on that. And right now, it looks like NIO and Lucid are what I'm looking for. I may not make a 2-minute trade here, to be honest with you. I want to see what happens here. Lucid is at the VWAP, so that may have been a good entry for a 1-minute rip. Yeah, it was. That would have been a good orb, but that's fine. I'm just not feeling Lucid, really, to be honest with you. Because look what's happening, it's giving everything back. So that's exactly what I was afraid of. And we do look for, you know, we look for reversals and stuff like that. So I'm going to see what's going to shake out with this candle. Nvidia is setting up for a good 1-minute breakout. I didn't take that. Lucid completely lost the VWAP. That would have been a decent trade. Tesla just ripped past 1,000. They're on short sale restrictions, so I can't go short Tesla. It's really pointless for me to even look at that. So I'm going to go back to Lucid, and I'm going to keep my eye on that one, and also I'm going to on NIO, because NIO's getting higher, and it's setting up for my reversal play on NIO. So I'm going to load up and see if we get this this high day reversal. NIO, the high pre-market was 40.88, so that's why you see that level marked on your screen there. Hopefully you can see this line right there. So we're going to look for that and see what happens. And also we may go short on Lucid. It looks like it's losing key levels. I will say if Lucid loses 42, I will be prone to go short on it. And we're going to go ahead and draw a line down here around 42.1. If it loses that level, I'm going to go ahead and take a short on Lucid. Mara is back to the VWAP, but the volume is just completely taking a shit on Mara. So this one actually may be an interesting short. Keep an eye on that one as well. Again, I'm trying to flip back and forth so you guys can see what I'm seeing, but sometimes it's hard because I'm watching up here at the same time while I'm watching my main screen. So yeah, there is Mara. And I want to go ahead and take a short on MAR for the loss of VWAP, and we want that to move on down. I do have a 77.54 entry. This may get stopped out, I'm not sure. But we have an R3 target. And there we go, 54, yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and set. Oh, I didn't get the fill I wanted. That sucks. That's okay though, we're going to sit on this. We're going to sit on this Mara trade right there and let it go. We're just going to let it run. Sitting on 150 shares. I really wanted a fill down below 77, but it didn't fill where I wanted it. So that was actually not that bad. I was thinking Mara and Bitcoin was going to continue to run up, but and now it's getting bought back up. There we go. I'm going to move my stop down a little bit closer to the 77 level. I may get stopped out here, but again, I'm not taking any more shares. I'm going to let this go. I'm just going to let it go. Lucid would have been a good short. I'll flip over here and let you guys see what's going on Lucid. It's just going to the gutter. I missed that short, but that's not a problem. You can't catch them all. And then we have NIO, which is forming a decent pattern. If this rejects from an ABCD setup right here, I may look to go short at VWAP. But we'll keep an eye on that as well. So right now I have NIO looking for a rejection. Lucid has already gone without me, so I am right now watching Mara for a continuation. Yep. So it bounced up and hit my my stop. So not a bad trade on Mara. That was actually really good. But it, you know, it got a bought up level. Excuse me. It got bought up from the previous day close, which was down here around 76. I'm not really too mad about that. And we're going back above the VWAP. Let's see if it rejects here or if it continues up. I'm going to need to see a confirmation candle before I go long or short on this trade for tomorrow. If it does rip up without me, then it just rips up without me. I'm not going to jump into this because I could easily see this rejecting and then going back down. So I want to see what the confirmation candle tells me. We've got some trending, our EMAs are obviously trending downwards right now, and on the 5-minute candle, we could set up for a possible 5-minute opening range breakdown if it moves past this low level here. So I'm going to keep my eye on that right now. NIO did move higher with an ABCD pattern off of the 9 EMA right here. We had a bounce up and then a bounce back up here. So that was pretty good. Right now my focus is strictly on Mara though. And looks like we're getting some, yeah, here we go. So I'm really interested in this R3 level. If it loses R3, then we're looking for a really big move down. But Mars looking strong. Looks like it's trying to move back up. And this is exactly why I didn't want to get in previously. You can see it wicked down really strong and then it moved up. I'm going to watch the price action for a second and see what we're looking at. Yeah, we got a really big spread here, so this is dangerous. I'm going to 77.60 is my stop level. If I do enter here, it's going to be a really small size because I don't want to lose my ass. But we're on a red candle right now, low volume red candle. I don't think I want to go short yet because it looks like it's the bulls are still pushing this above VWAP. 77.88, and we're seeing some sales. Might be some covering here, so we're going to go long. And I may add, I'm in a very small position here, guys. Very small. So the stop loss is at VWAP. And I will look to add if we keep moving up. Stop loss will be at VWAP. We've got a huge spread. That's the other issue with Mara. So you just have to be careful about that. You will see me bash the cover button if it hits the VWAP and closes below it. So we are tapping VWAP. There it is. So I'm going to stop out there. I'm not going to let this go short without me. I'm going to look for a confirmation under maybe the R3. And we're going to see what the next candle does on Mara. So again, you have to be ready, and that's why I didn't load up into that trade because I just didn't have the confidence of it. Now I'm going to load up under the VWAP since we had an open under the VWAP, and I'm going to give Mara the chance to possibly, you know, go up, touch the EMA. If it goes down to R3, I may look to add into this position. But right now, what I'm looking at is for a bounce off of 77.80. And I'm going to watch the price action and see what it does. I have a decent entry right now, but I'm watching for some flush. I see a lot of selling going on, but we're sitting at a 30-cent spread right now, so we're kind of in a dangerous area. And you can see the spread. I'm seeing buying at 78. Yeah, there we go, up to 78. Let's see what happens there. And I have a small position, so I'm not opposed to adding into this trade. Depending on what the next candle does, because you can see we're flatlining right now with the VWAP. It's still really bearish. I think we got a lot of people wicked out there around 78. So let's see what we get here. We may get a lot of buying into 78, and I may have to cover, which, you know, it does happen. We're seeing a lot of selling now, and I'm seeing some green flash, but it's around 93. But there we go. I'm seeing a little bit different. Looks like the bid is coming up to the ask right now, and then the ask goes down to the bid. So there was the flush that we want, and I'm going to add into this position because the bears are trying to push this lower. We've got a really big spread, so you got to be careful on this one. The next candle is going to be the telltale for this trade. So I've added in right below the VWAP on both of those trades. I'm loading up into this for a move lower. Then stop out is going to be very close. We want to rip underneath the R3. which we're getting right now. We want to rip under 77. I want to see some sales coming in at 77. I want to see some covering. I want to see some of these longs get squeezed out. We do see a lot of wicking right now, which is good. Yeah, there we go. So now we want to see selling under $77. I see some ass going through at 76. They're still trying to buy the dip. That's fine. We're getting a lot of pausing. So my DOS just completely stopped. My ticker is still running, but my entire ticker system, my L2, everything froze there. That was really intense. So there we go, guys. That was the sell-off we wanted. Now we need a continuation down the previous day close. This should be a really decent move if we can go ahead and move on down. Yep, there we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and can we hold 77? Right now the ask is at 76.90, 76, 77. I'm going to go ahead and hit the take a piece out and hit the break even. It just didn't continue down the way I wanted to. And I see people buying at 77.34. So this is really interesting. I'm not sure why you guys aren't seeing the time and sales move properly. Yeah, MAR just isn't ready to continue down, so kind of disappointed that it didn't continue underneath 77. It still has a chance. Yeah, there we go. And that's why I still held on to a small share size. So I think I'm going to drive this one for a quick second while I keep my eyes up top. I may actually take some more shares out if this takes a dip down to the low side. We are at R3 right now, so this is a very difficult level for a stock to hold under. Plus, it's at $77. It's a perfect dip buy opportunity, which is why the bulls continuously try to flush this thing up. And again, guys, I don't know why the the time and sales is just stuck up here for you guys. I'm having a little bit of DOS issues this morning. It wasn't just this stock, it was all my stocks. All the charts in the L2s just completely froze for about 5 seconds. I thought it may have just been MAR, but no, it was everything. Yeah, they're buying up off of 77. I still have half my position. I fully expect this to rip up through my entry. My entry was 37, so I expect it to hit that any second now. Yep, there he goes. So, a decent trade. I will say I loaded into it, and this was a VWAP break. Here it just wasn't ready, and it moved too high, and you can see that I took my stop loss up here around the 20 EMA. Here, as I loaded back into it, it didn't go up, and I was reading the price action, and it just didn't feel like it was, strong enough. But compare that to the R3, and you guys can't see the R3 on this because it'll just clutter up this chart. But yeah, that was it. Not a lot of confidence in some trades this morning, guys. I'm going to flip back over to NIO and see if we can't get a really good VWAP loss here. And I'll probably load into this trade. If we lose VWAP, I'm going to take a large. Yep, there we are. So I'm loading into this for the break down to R3. And I have a clear stop loss of 41.50. If this pops off of the VWAP, then I'm stopping out at 41.50. All right, let's see what we have here. Hopefully the bears will come in and the continuation will happen, and we won't get a bounce. We may get a bounce. Watching the time and sales, I'm seeing some sales come through. It looks like some covers were coming through at 50. I'm seeing a lot of movement between 44 and 47. Some buys at 47, but then red on 42. We want a little bit more continuation. The 20 EMA is flattening out. I'm still feeling bearish on this because, yeah, I'm seeing the flushes at 40 now. We want to see if this continues down with the 40 sales. Yeah, there we go. And I may look to add into this trade. I want to see the continuation here, though. I need to see this move down back to the VWAP. If not, I'm definitely selling at 50. And we're at 40, we're at 39, and I may go ahead and add to this position here because we tapped VWAP. Let's see what we get here. So again, my stop loss is still at 50, but this time it'll have to be a clear and, yeah, there we go. Let's see if anybody gets shorted out. Seeing the flashing here on the time and sells at 50, and then it's tapping and it's moving back down. Those were covers, guys. That's exactly why you have to watch it, if it's a cover or if it's actually getting bought up. So now that's where we wanted. There's the flush. We want to see this keep going down. Let's go back down, guys. Can we move back down? We're at R3. Oh, keep going down. You know you want to. I think the bulls may think they're going to try to buy this up off of the resistance 3 line. I probably should have grabbed a break even there, but I'm too bullish on this. We're sitting on a really big red candle, and I'm still seeing red flashing. There we go. Yep, there it is. So I wanted to see that. That's where my target was, you guys. I will show you after this that is actually R3 on the Camarilla lines. So that where I just took that, it was an actual level that I was looking at. The next target that I'm looking at is 40.88 for this trade. I'm not doing anything to this trade. I'm going to keep my stop loss at the VWAP, and I want to see this lose all the way down to 48.88. And if it can do that, I'm going to take another partial on this trade. I'm also going to watch the price action. That should be fairly evident. I mean, if we get a huge rip, I may be prone to take another partial, but I have such a nice entry here. My entry is 41.34. So if I get a dip to, let's say 41, I may take just like a quarter or something like that. And we're looking at the ask at 41.08, 41.06. Since we are so far away, I'm thinking about canceling my break even. And but I want to see what this next candle does. You can also see on the 5-minute, that was a really good 5-minute breakdown on that. Yep, there we go. We are losing 41. Here we go. Let's go to the target, guys. There we go. So I'm going to take, there we go. You just saw a hotkey mistype in action right there, guys. That was a missed hotkey in the flesh. So now my average is 41.18. So now I really have to keep a tight eye on this. I meant to take a partial, actually added into the position. So now I'm watching $41. My average is now 41.18, but we are still bearish, so I'm not going to do anything crazy. All right, now, having said that, I want to take my partial out and move my break even back down. I just didn't like the action. It hit 41.10. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. That is kind of disappointing. You just watched a hotkey snafu live in a trade. I meant to take a quarter, but instead I added 500 shares to this trade. It moved my average break even to 41.18 instead of the 41.30 something that I had. So, you know, sometimes you got to make changes on the fly. You can't just you can't stick with one thing. We're seeing selling underneath the 41 level now, which is really good. We're getting close to 40.88, which is going to be my target for another partial. 40.88 is the target. Can we hit it, or is it going to bounce off of this level? Hope you guys can see clearly there. I'll try to zoom in a little bit. This is where we're at. We're at 40.95. There we go. There we go. And we are at 40.88. Partial taken, and now we have the break even. It is still at 41.18. Unfortunately, I wanted to add at key levels, but I don't think that I'm going to add since I screwed up my my break even level, or excuse me, my average. So I'm going to scoot my profit level to where it's just going to take everything down to $41. If we do pop up to 41, then it's going to take me all out. Basically, the top of this candle is my new take profit limit. And it looks like we lost 40.88, which is clutch. The next target that we're looking for is 40.65. That is the previous day close. I want to see what this next candle does. If you guys can see on the 5-minute, it is moving down quite nicely. And let's go over here and see if we can look on the 15-minute chart to see what's going on here. So we have a nice entry, guys, even though I did have that snafu. Yeah, we're moving down to the 50 EMA, so that's going to be another nice target. I'm really looking for previous day close as a bounce. But right now, 40.78 is on the 50 EMA target line. R2 is at 40.68. There we go. Another profit taken as soon as it hit previous day close. I'm now sitting on 125 shares, you guys. This one is basically a hold and let it ride. All of my targets have been hit, so I'm moving this back down to previous. Actually, you know what? I'm going to move it to the low of this candle. That is going to. Let me see if I can get my silvers here. I want you guys to see the exact levels that I'm looking at because it's hard for you to see the exact targets and stuff that I'm setting. It looks like I'm just taking this shit at random freaking entries, but that's definitely not the case. Or I should say random exits. Here we go. So this is what I was looking at. We had the 40.88, and then we had R2 as the resistance. The previous day close, obviously, which was here at 40.68. So now that we've lost all those levels, I've hit all my targets. Thankfully, it was a bearish stock because you see all these red candles. And I'm going to move my stop profit margin down to the previous day close. So if it pops up and hits previous day close, that's going to be a huge trade on this stock. I may look and see if there's any more targets that I can find. Maybe we can look at this level for the low of this 5-minute candle. If it does break below that on the 5-minute candle, then I'll be a little bit more prone to take some more profits. And it really is, man. This stock is just bottoming out. Excuse me if I'm a little bit flustered right now, but this thing is just killing me. This is one of the best shorts. 2 days in a row. 2 days in a row on Mara. This stock is, or I'm sorry, 2 shorts in a day. One on Mara and this one on NIO. NIO didn't hit their target yesterday as far as report and earnings and shit. And I'm taking advantage of that shit. So appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It looks like we found a level. Yep, there we go, guys. So you see that I did actually have a level 40.33. And you can see that that's where it finally got bought up off of. It bought up off of this level, which was the low of the first 1-minute candle. So, an intense trade, you guys. That was a VWAP break trade. One of my favorite trades on one of my favorite stocks. This may continue to go lower, but I got way past my target on this, which was 40.88. Then we had previous day close. It may continue lower. There's a very good chance. Like I could even go short from this 40.33 level here. But it's not in my trade book. I don't have a trade mindset for that. So let's see if there's anything else worth taking a trade on real quick. Alright guys, I hope me speaking over myself wasn't too bad, because when I'm in the zone trading, I can be sitting here thinking I'm saying one thing, saying something else, but I hope you guys were able to actually watch me trade on NIO. I'm going to try to edit this, that way it isn't too long and I can show you even my bad trades. I'm going to show you the ones where I had to stop out. I'm not going to hide anything red. And I'm also going to keep that hotkey snafu in there as well. So I'm going to hang it up. It's 9:56. I'm done for the day. I've hit my target with Mara and NIO. That put me well above my daily target. I'm a bear. I'm a short seller. So stuff like this and stuff like the Mara trades, Even though Mara can be dangerous, if you can read it properly, then you can really take advantage of it and, make your money. If you see here where I stopped out on Mara here and took my profits, this could have even set up for a low of day break at the previous day close on Mara. So there's been so many bearish opportunities today. I may get back in and get some more data, because right now I'm in the data collection process for trades. So that's where we're at, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content. Let me know in the comments if I can make any improvements on this to make it a little bit easier to watch or more entertaining. Thanks a lot. Enjoy your day. Take care.